we kind of know right out the gate what's going on and what we're starting with. So, y'all are rolling initiatives, and they can't even see. I haven't even removed the window for him to see it yet.
I'm trying to kill these guys. We got
Before he does it, quick! Everybody guess what order I'm going in.
Yeah, I'm releasing an arrow right at the main guy.
I'm not gonna roll until Gord tells me to roll.
Look, I was
All
just
right,
excited.
there we go. So let's go ahead and get these initiatives out the way. So,
okay.
Cadilrell looks like he's probably going first. Oh no, he's not. Matthew Bain's gonna.
No, because we both rolled 10.
Yeah, Cad has a higher than me, so he's got 65.
Cadilrell's on a 65. Okay, let me fix that. Yep.
Cad, Matt, Nat,
and then we've
Tilda.
got Aldette with a 52. Very good initiatives for most of you. And then Bertilda, which, let's be honest, when you're wearing that kind of tank armor, it's kind of tough to
get yourself into the thing.
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and see where our bows will be. Okay, and they are going to be on 42. Okay. So after all of you, but before Bertie. So let's kick things off. Okay, so to reiterate, what had happened was 3 of them had stepped out in front of you, 2 of them had stepped out behind you. The one that seems to be the ringleader, wearing kind of like a crimson hood and all of that, has stepped up and basically done his little, "Ooh, you cads" speech. But then you'd also notice that they had a couple of crossbowmen positioned up on the rooftops as well. So that's kind of where we're at. So let's kick things off. Cadilrell, what do you want to do?
I'm going to. I had an aimed shot on the guy, I believe.
I think that's what you were doing.
I'll take the aim here.
Yeah.
Because I had my bow out and ready. I'll aim and shoot at the guy in red.
Alrighty. Let me make a minor adjustment to the volume here of the combat music.
Yeah, you'd think he wouldn't wear something to stand out quite so much.
You know how cultists are. They're very proud of what they represent. You know, they go out and make...
They tend to do that, don't they?
Basically,
they tend to make statements that they shouldn't make to large demographics of people and then regret it afterwards.
the way I imagine this playing out, he was almost done with his spiel.
Facebook.
He was almost done saying it, and I'm just like, you know?
Okay, bang. Ooh, headshot! Alrighty. Okay, and you have 1 point of armor piercing, which doesn't matter because I don't have any head armor.
He's got a red hood.
Caddy's just like, stop talking now.
For 9 points of damage. Okay. All right. The arrow flies and kind of buzzes across his cheek as he turns his head just at the last minute. Great shot, done a little bit of damage, but he's still very much in the fight. Matthew Bay.
I am going to channel and then cast basic, like we're in the old game, magic dart.
You got a good channel.
Okay, channeling successful. So you managed to acquire the winds of Agashi and pull them into yourself.
I am not using the ingredients. And now we have to wait an hour for this macro to go to see it. There we go.
Yeah.
All of that. Casting test was successful. Okay, your magic dart hits the left leg. Are you aiming at...
The leader.
So you're also
There are more
aiming at
than
the
12
leader.
dice there.
Yeah, because it calculates all the possibilities as well.
Because, you know, there's the possibility
Ulrich's
that he
Fury.
could have got Ulrich's Fury, and it pre-does it all. It's the way the macros work, unfortunately.
Don't ask. It just looks cool.
Don't ask, don't tell.
It feels good.
It feels good to roll so much dice by pressing 2
I have to quickly click them off the screen, because once he rolls, you can't see anything anymore. It, like, obscures the screen. Okay, so you're also going to plug at the leader?
Yes.
Okie dokie.
Maybe the others will skedaddle if he gets mortally wounded dies.
All right. Yep. Your arrow tears into the leather padding of his armor that he has on his legs. He winces in pain, but he is still very much in the combat still. Alrighty. Next up would be the teeny tiny Aldette. What are you going to do?
Alright, so did we know they were coming?
You didn't know they were coming, but he did do a little bit of a kind of speech, so you had some prep time prior to that.
So I would have my bow out. I'm trying to see if that would be my
that's
action.
That's more than fair to say your bow was already out.
Oh yeah, there was a big build-up. They all had to come crawling out of the
I've been operating on the
Did they like
assumption-
snap their fingers and sing or something? I'm like,
Actually,
hoping a musical number happened.
all those ways.
Somewhere along those lines.
No.
Jingle bells.
I think
Bells.
one of the elves, one of us heard them kind of
Okay.
and I was like, "Oh shit, we're in trouble." So,
Oh
Alright,
yeah,
cool.
somebody did.
Cool.
yeah.
Oh, a couple of us did, I think.
So I would like to aim and shoot then.
Alrighty. Are you also gonna try to shoot one of the guys up front, or are you more interested in the two that are coming up behind you?
Oh.
Because bear in mind, they're all kind of moving in, so you can all
She's
concentrate on this dude right up here if you wish, but that's gonna give the rest of them kind of a free rein.
Yeah. Initially, she wants to go for the leader just because that's like the mindset of if we take down the leader, the others might get scared. She might be able to scare them off. But it depends. How close behind us are they? Yeah, I'm going to go behind. That's way
they're
too
going to be
close for her.
on you. They'll be on you on their turn.
Yeah, that's way too close for her. She's going to shoot the one right behind her.
Okay.
Plus 10?
Yes, plus 10 because of aim. Indeed.
Ooh.
Good shot.
Fury.
That will hit.
Okay.
For
I'm
how
waiting for you to
much?
just wipe the floor with this guy. Come on, your first roll back. I want to see it. I want to see a double Ulrich's Fury. Close.
Not quite.
That's so much damage for just one
Oh.
shot.
We need to know where you hit, right?
Right,
Oh,
this guy.
yeah, that's
it doesn't
right,
matter
bad.
because
I rolled the wrong way.
It doesn't matter on the first shot, really. Well, actually, yes, it does because they don't have head armor. So
I forgot to roll on the like weapons page. My bad. Let me just do a D100.
yeah, and I'll tell you where that would be. 39 would be the left arm. Okay. 5. You did 11. Okay.
I feel like the size of the left arm versus the amount of hits the left arm takes.
It
is
seems
disproportionate.
odd, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, it is their turn to attack. Okay, so the first two that are going to attack are the two with the crossbows on the roof. This guy really probably only has a clear line of sight based on the height and angle that he would be at. You wouldn't have a clear shot at him. Yeah, it's pretty much
It's Cad.
got to be Cad. It's the only one that would make any sense. Okay. You hear the ka-choo of a crossbow. The crossbow bolt flies clear past you and goes inside of the wall of the building right next to you. But does not
have to worry
hit you.
about tightening down that plank for a while.
There you
It's
go.
Good.
Okay, this one at the top. I would say the pitch of the roof being what it is, that Aldette and Cad are safe from him. It's probably a 50-50, but seeing that logically he sees one very heavily armored and one not so heavily armored, you know what? Let's make it nice and fair. We'll roll randomly, shall we? 1, 2, or 3, he's going to take his shot at Matthew Bain. 4, 5, or 6, it will be at Bertilda. Okay, Bertilda. A second ka-choo.
Gotta love the kachoos.
And once again, it thuds harmlessly into the building to your right. With that, the remaining fellows will charge forward and into the breach. Okay. Let's start with this guy at the top of the line at the front. He is toe-to-toe with Cadorel. Swinging at you with his weapon. Oh, he will hit you, unless you have the potential to parry, which you probably don't because you have a bow.
Because I have a bow out, yeah.
And you don't have dodge, or you do have dodge?
I don't think I've taken dodge quite yet. No.
Okay, then...
It's also not on my list.
His blow will strike thee in the body.
Oh, I like that part of me.
You probably want to keep it, right?
Yeah. I want to keep that part usually pretty good.
4. Ooh! A measly 4. 'Tis but a scratch.
I take one of those, thanks to my delightful
one nick. Right.
Cold.
Again, I'm going to roll a d6 to see which our leader decides to go at. 1, 2, or 3. It is going to be Cadorel. 4, 5, or 6. It will be Matthew Bane. He's between the two of you. He could pick either one at this point.
That's me.
1. Okay.
No, I'm
Cad.
sorry, Cad.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. I only got one wound.
Yeah, until you take like an 11 hit or something, you know?
Okay, he swings at you with his blade and misses.
And misses.
And then he swings a second time.
Oh man,
But he
good.
still misses.
Damn.
So while he swings...
He's got to go.
He swings quickly,
He's gotta
but unfortunately,
die fast.
he is not good. The next one down, he is going for sure at Matthew Bane.
Yeah. Can we just get along?
Gotta kill.
Oh,
89, that's a miss. Okay. Oldet.
Oh, I get nervous
You have
every
one.
time these happen.
73, he misses.
Just
These guys
the sheer-
suck, which is good
the
for them.
sheer
For good for
odds
you.
of it killing
And
us
last
being
but not
so
least,
high.
the one that is going to foolishly try to stand toe-to-toe with Matilda.
Thank
He
God you
will hit.
hold well here.
But Matilda has a shield and has the option to parry if she so wishes.
Parry, parry.
Yep.
Hey! Hey!
Okay. Effortlessly, as he clumsily lunges forward, the clanging ring of metal upon metal is heard as your shield blocks the blow, leaving you, Bertilda, to retaliate.
Parkour
Or-
you're talking about.
Have a nice
Okay.
sandwich and sit down and have a cup of tea. Whichever you prefer.
I mean, as much as I would just like to sit down and watch the party kill all these assholes, I'm gonna swing at the guy that attacked me so that I can get over here and help Aldet.
I imagine he just went like, eh! And then you went, and now you're just slashing him to hell.
All right, the first
Yeah,
one
red
will
leg.
miss. The second one will hit the right leg.
Ooh.
It already, let's see, for 12 damage. Okay.
Okay.
Taking off 5 of that. Is this
I
guy
love that
here?
for us.
Ooh, okay. 7 for you, dude. There you go. Okay. Back to the top of the list. Cadorel, you are up, my friend.
Seeing as this system takes into account how bows were actually fought with for like historically, I'm just gonna keep shooting at this guy. I don't get an aiming bonus, but I'm gonna try and plug him again.
Yep.
Just
Okay.
point blank.
Go ahead.
Something I really like about this system is bows are feasible up close. I shot him in the face again.
Very feasible, of course. As you shoot him in the face.
It's just, I get some.
Yeah. Again, you know, it takes into the account the fact that combat is continually moving, right? And you're not just... Once you're like this, it's like, oh, that's it.
Yep.
I'm
I'm a dancing little elf with my elf bow.
a 12 to the head. Nice shot.
I'm a little proud of it. I hope I get my second one soon. Wait, fast reload will be. Ooh.
Okay. Our leader is going to take a 4 head crit.
Ooh,
Give it a roll.
that's exciting. Critical 4 to the head. That's the best spot.
Oh, lovely. Okay, killed in whatever spectacular and gore-drenched fashion You decide.
Ooh.
Why don't you explain?
Sexy.
Explain
We
to
did
us how
tell
you're going to
them
kill
not
the
to do
leader
this.
of their
Here we
band.
go. Yeah, we were like, hey, please don't. And then he's like, So I want the arrow to just like, he's like about to lean forward and do another attack because he's really fast with that, right?
Uh-huh.
And as he does that, the arrow just goes, and then like the camera's gonna like kind of follow his head on the angle as he descends back, you know, just like a, and then he hits the back and it just because the arrow has to come back out and like the exit wound is like twice as bad. Yeah.
Okay.
So his head splits open behind.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
As
When
he
it hits the
crashes.
ground, it does the melon thing. Yeah.
Sounds like he's dead to me.
He's pretty dead. And then I'm just gonna turn to the guy who's swinging at me and be like,
Who's next?
What was
Alrighty.
that?
I don't want to
Matthew
die.
Bane.
I'm going to use a half action to cast my Reaping Scythe. I'm not going to channel because I want to get an attack with it. So, because I'll use my other half action just to do a basic attack with it. And once it comes to existence.
Moving a little closer. Yeah.
Cat, lend us your energy.
I press the button. We're just waiting.
Okay.
Oh my
your
God,
spell
still!
casting fails.
I rolled 2 2s.
That sucks, dude. Oh, ooh.
Yeah, I'm going to re-roll.
Oh
Because-
no! Come on, don't re-roll that.
No,
Let the
I'm
double
gonna
stand.
re-roll.
Let the double
No,
stand.
I
Let
don't
the
want-
chaos into your life.
I don't want...
If you're not familiar in the Warhammer Fantasy roleplay world in this edition, ones are not good when casting spells because potentially they can kind of send you a little crazy. Doubles are bad because it means the magic didn't kind of go the way you wanted it to, and a little bit of chaos dripped through.
Yeah, so I'm using a fate point, and it succeeds.
Fortune point used, okay.
Fortune point, and it's a 9 and an 8, so it's not a double.
Yep.
So I'm a happier elf, because that would have been very embarrassing.
Okay,
And
so
I'm
you
gonna
summon
do-
your Scythe of Amethyst Energy.
I'm just going to make sure that this... it already has a weapon skill bonus. Hit the right leg of the guy in front of me for 13 damage.
13, okay.
So just summon a scythe and just slash it.
Alrighty. Good deal. I appreciate that. Llama Eater, thank you for the resub, my friend. Take your pants off, hit the height. Matthew Bain, you're done. Odette. You have one breathing down your neck.
I'm gonna do something really awesome and reload in the name. That's it. That's all I got.
Okay. Reload and aim and...
I love the difference in turns there, because like Matthew Bain's slowly becoming a
Okay,
total
it is their
badass.
turn. The crossbowmen are reloading.
Resub high.
Alrighty, yes, our crossbowmen are reloading and lining up their shots this turn. Which leaves everybody to play with one. Everyone gets one. Everybody gets one. So, first one up would be for... let's start at the top at the front. Cadorel. Oh. Let me do the macro properly, and then
Kill
it might
me.
actually
Let's go.
work. Okay, here you go. Oh, that's a very bad miss.
Did he shoot the other guy?
Not that bad a miss. Okay, Matthew Bain, yours.
Yep.
He also a very bad miss. Aldette. He will just tag you.
Bring it on.
Alrighty.
She's tougher now.
That's right. She can take a little bit more.
She can take one more hit, and that's it. Like one more
Okay.
point, not a whole hit.
He strikes you on the right arm
Yeah, it's payback, I know.
for a grand total of 10.
Ouch.
So, toughness, you take your toughness bonus plus your armor points off of that, and some wounds will drip through.
Yep, that really hurt.
Last but not least, Bertilda. He will miss. And then it is your turn, Bertilda. You're up.
Go with the same guy. Although I'm getting really pissed at the one hitting Aldette.
Then I hurry up and kill this one then, so you can play with him. Ooh,
God damn it.
That's 2 misses. You have fortune points if you want to use them. You also still have plenty of things to do tonight, so...
I would reroll. That's a whole round of action economy to them, you know.
Oh, we're going to
I'll
chat.
go ahead and reroll.
Okay, you're going to reroll one of those? Go for
Or
it.
anything.
Come on.
No.
No.
Ah,
There you go. Okay. Alrighty. Cadorel, you're up again. Mr. Wonderbow.
yeah, I'm just gonna keep doing my little dance and shoot my little arrows, you know? Just
Over
living
here!
the best
Woo!
life.
Bonk. Okay.
You can't hit me, I'm an elf. But yeah, not aiming, just shooting. Ooh.
That's a hit for the plugged him in the left arm. Ignoring his
I'm
armor,
rerolling that.
only does 4. You're going to reroll the damage roll? Okay.
I'm gonna reroll the damage, 'cause that's terrible.
Wait.
Oh, that's a little better.
I mean,
Okay.
Not the
Well,
best reroll.
you got your
Whatever
3 points of
reroll.
damage.
No.
Okay.
It's 2 points.
Matthew Bain.
with the weapon, the scythe, I'm doing an all-out attack. So
Okay, that gives you the
really
plus to hit, but has the negatives
I mean-
that go with it.
I can't dodge or parry anyway, so I might as
Exactly,
well just
right.
try to hit if I can.
That all-out attack will get you the hit. So, scythe on the leg. That thing's pretty big and nasty.
The left leg this time.
You're trying to lop his legs off with that scythe. I get it.
I mean, it's so big, you know, just like, ah.
Took your bloody legs off.
7. Okay. Puts him to 0. That is a 2 crit to the leg.
Nice.
left leg, right?
It is.
All right.
A 2 crit to the left leg.
Come on.
His leg is incapacitated until medical attention is received. The character's movement character is reduced by 1 and can't dodge. Related agility tests are at minus 20. Okay,
Now
so
he's all wobbly. He can still fight, but he
you've given him a
looks
dead leg, basically. Odette, you have aim, so
So I'm gonna shoot
yep.
this guy in my face. Plus 10. Missed. Okay.
Who is blowing up my phone? Is that my phone?
It's.
It's somebody's phone.
Not it.
Patch.
Oh, it's not my phone.
No, it was my phone. I had to mute because
It's still blowing up.
Anyway,
Anyways, ignoring that, okay, it is their turn.
Oh, I'm also gonna reload.
Okay, cool. Our crossbowmen, pretty much doing the same as they did the first time. Okay, so the one over here that's going to take a shot at Cadorel from his vantage point.
Headshot.
Ka-ching!
Headshot.
That's
Oh,
a hit.
pretty close. That's a good hit, yeah. Man. Stop chanting headshot, it's working.
That's probably going to hit you in the ankle, isn't it? That would be like the left ankle. For 10 points of damage.
That's quite a bit. That's more than last time.
Yep. Okay, the other one is also going to use his to shoot once again at his possible target of Bertilda. And he will hit. You cannot parry a missile attack, but you can dodge. If you have a dodge skill.
I do.
If you have dodge, you can use it to try to dodge out the way, make an agility check.
No.
Unfortunately, no. Okay, so where did the crossbow bolt or the quarrel hit you? That's going to be a left arm.
Of course it is.
And the total of the damage that will be delivered is not enough to even get through the friggin' armor. It just like a chink bounces off. Okay, our melee
I'm
group.
gonna flash him a grin.
Alrighty, Cadorel, you're one that's in melee. Will hit you.
You're lucky I can't climb.
Hetero's going down.
Oh.
The blow is going to hit you in the 89, which is the right leg.
Oh no!
I'm gonna have a stump here pretty soon, yeah.
Oh shit!
Ulrich's Fury.
They don't get Ulrich's Fury.
Oh,
I don't give
13.
enemies.
Why?
I don't give peons Ulrich's Fury. Bosses might get Ulrich's Fury. Peons never get Ulrich's Fury.
So that is a 10 crit.
Is it really?
Oh.
Yes.
Ow. Well, today's the day Catarel
I
got
lose
his ass kicked. Or his foot kicked. Okay. So how much how can it be a 10 crit?
I have 3 armor. And no toughness.
So you must have some toughness.
I
What is
have
your toughness
25.
bonus?
Starting
So your toughness bonus is
25.
2, and you have 1 point of armor?
Yep.
So 3. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
And you
that's
were already
so good.
down to 0, huh?
I was on 3. So.
No, it's not a 10 crit then, because your 3 is
Oh,
going to take...
yeah. Sorry.
Because you take the 3 first, so it's a 7
It's so
crit.
much better.
That's survivable.
I mean, it's
That's
I find it a
survivable.
lot better.
Okay.
Thank you for helping me with math. I'm an artist.
So earlier you texted us when my phone was exploding. I've never been this excited. Now, how are you feeling now?
Excited to die.
So excited because the
So-
context of the other conversation, content. You're giving me content, Shag. I'm excited. I don't care.
Okay.
So when it comes to crit rolls...
Catarel's in a different state.
So you want my next roll to be high, not low, because
Yeah.
the lower the percentage roll, the worse the crit is. We're looking at a 7 crit to the leg. Here goes nothing. A 63. Okay, a 63
I'm immobilized, right?
gets you an 8. No, it's a little worse than that. And you was yeah. Okay, your leg is turned into a dangling mass of bloody meat, and you are considered helpless. Blood loss is such that you have a 20% chance of dying each round until medical attention is received. Test at the start of your round. Use the sudden death rule if you take any more crits. And you also gain a insanity point as well for taking a crit.
Oh man! Now we do have fate points. Could he use it if he chooses?
If he chooses, so you can use a fate point.
To just say no, that didn't.
No, it doesn't say no, it didn't. It means you don't die. And basically, based on my description, is how you will be saved from the encounter. However, you might not die. So I would wait until that 20% chance comes up.
Yeah.
Or they hit you again, and then use the fate point. Because a fate point is not going to put you back in the fight. All it's going to do is make sure you don't die. The only other time you might use a fate point is should you actually lose a limb. Like, you're going to live, but the limb is gone. You might say, yeah, I'm not playing a one-legged rogue. I'm spending a fate point.
You're not going to be doing much outright.
So, let's just say, ow, that
I'm gonna
hurt.
say, ow, that hurts. Yeah.
Okay, so again, effectively you're helpless each round. You do get to roll a dice, however. You just don't want to roll 20% or less.
But I'm good at rolling that. It's like my special skill.
So, anyways, that was just the first one. Now is Matthew Baines.
Yeah.
Okay, here he goes. That's a hit.
Yeah, clearly. Shit.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and say that the Crimson Hand might be getting some vengeance today. 84, so that is a right leg hit. Come on, low rolls.
Well, I'm still up.
That's a 13. Damn!
Gore!
Holy shit, dude.
Oy.
He is still up, thankfully.
Can one of us spend a fortune point for you?
Odette, your turn. See, they missed, and then they're like, okay, come on, guys, we got to give it the old college try. We got to give it the old cultist try here. Everyone's got to do better. And last but not least, Matilda. That's a hit. But you can try to parry that. And you did so successfully. Ba-ching! Okay. Woo! Matilda, your turn. You might want to dispatch this one as quickly as you can, because your buddy just went down. Okay, that's a good solid hit to the left arm. Oh, there we go. That's what we're looking for. Roll for Ulrich's Fury. See if we can double down on this one. No. Okay. Hey. You don't get Ulrich's Fury, but you still did 14 points of damage to his left arm. So we're taking off his total of 5, leaving you 9. 9 on top of 7 is 15. That is a 2-point crit to his arm. Alright, let him have it. Well, all you did was destroy his armor on that arm. So he's still up and still active. Just you've tore the armor to shreds on that side. But that was only the first hit, though. You still have another one.
Oh,
body shot. Okay. For 7, take off his 3 plus 4. So take off. He still takes a 2-point crit to the body this time. The blow results in serious internal bleeding, and the character is helpless. Okay, he's going down.
Thank you, Birdie.
There we go. Okay, he is down. At least that helps to level the playing field a little. Okay, Cadorel, it is time for your roll, sir. Everybody think positive thoughts and wish him to roll higher than a 20. Higher than a 20. Come on. Yes! Okay, you're still helpless, but still alive. Matthew Bain, seeing your elfin arms drop so viciously to the floor next to you, what do you want to do?
Oh, this is such a risky gamble, but I think I might have to do it.
I like risky gambles.
I did it before, and it got me some life stolen back to me. But the successful willpower test that they have to do makes it scary. Because not only do I have to successfully cast, but I also have to fail the willpower save.
Yep, it's quite a few. It's quite a few dice rolls to be made. But you know, go big or go home sometimes.
I guess so, man.
Sometimes call for desperate measures.
This is for all the marbles. Half an action to channel. This better succeed.
Nope.
That's really good.
Do you want to roll? You want to fortune point it or no?
I mean, I'm going to be fortune pointing something, right?
The question is, do you want to fortune point this?
This or the other thing? I'm gonna fortune point this because I need this to succeed because it really helps.
Okay, so you got a success on this.
So I'm gonna cast Steal Life.
Okay.
With one of my ingredients, using both my magical vials. Channel success.
Double.
Don't double me, please. Okay, so it was a success. Oh, just barely a success. And it's only for 5.
And
and they have to succeed on a willpower save, or else they lose 5. Basically, it doesn't.
It wasn't.
It doesn't hit the left arm. It's
okay. It wasn't a double, at least.
Well, don't say yes. That too. I didn't even look at that. Jesus.
Yeah, it wasn't a double. Oh, I have to check. Alrighty.
Willpower save, or they take 5 and I gain 5
of a foe within 12 yards, right?
Yes.
So which one are you zapping?
One right in front of me.
Okay.
Who hurt me?
He has a willpower of 33. He needs to roll 33 or lower to save. We don't want him to do that.
No.
And he didn't.
Okay.
Okay. So
nice.
That also hurt. I mean, he's
So he takes 5. He takes 5 damage to the left leg, which ignores armor and toughness.
yes.
Yes.
And
he was
already
negative
on
2,
0,
right?
so that's a 5 crit to him. But you also got those 5 hit points, which is
Yes, I did.
the bonus.
Left arm, 5 crits. Okay.
He is in the same boat now as your friend, ironically. Payback's a bitch. 20% chance of basically bleeding out each turn. Okay.
But he's not help. It doesn't say he's help. It doesn't say he's helpless.
It doesn't say it, but like everything
sudden
else
death.
in there says that
Oh,
he's
wait.
like at sudden death. Yeah.
If we hit him again.
Yeah, it's different. It's slightly different. Basically, he is not helpless, but he does have the sudden death applied to him.
Okay.
So
okay.
another crit or a 20% chance per round that he will die.
Sure.
And anything that was in that hand is dropped. So he's right-handed, as you can see by the token, so he still has his sword, but he is in a bad state. Okay, Aldette, you're up.
I'm gonna aim and shoot
Okay, let it go.
because that's the smartest thing to do.
Oh,
Okay.
And that will hit the left. That'll hit him in the left
Good
arm.
Shot. Real good shot. 5.
Not as good, but you know.
Alrighty. That doesn't really do anything, I'm afraid.
Darn.
Unless you want to re-roll it.
No, I need my rerolls because if we're gonna do any talking,
Okay.
I'm the one who's gonna be doing all of that, so those need rerolls.
You have to be alive to talk, though. You get.
That's what I'm about to say. We need Cat to
You have to be
live.
alive to talk.
All right, it is their turn. The crossbowmen once again go to cranking and reloading their heavy crossbows. Leaving. Let's see.
Just the one guy, right?
No, there's two.
no, there's
Oh.
3.
No, 2.
Well, there's 3
The one
because
dude's-
this one can still actually attack.
Oh, wolf.
Yeah.
But this guy is not going to be stupid enough to try to. I mean, he can see that. So
Yeah.
you're getting 2, Matthew Bain.
Yeah, I know.
All right, the first one, the one at the top, swipes at you, and he will miss. The injured one grimaces through the pain and lunges for vengeance. He will also miss.
Oh, thank the Lord.
Aldette, yours swipes low and meaningful and will hit you.
She acts like it doesn't hurt, but it hurts a lot.
Well, let's see. He's going to strike thee. The blow will land on your right arm. Please not a third 10 in a row. Much better. 6.
Phew.
Okay, you're still up.
Yeah.
And Bertilda, you now get to do something. Oh, nope. Let me re-roll. I gotta roll the 20%ers for these 2 dice, too.
Yeah.
Okay, the one that's the one that's actively fighting but bleeding profusely in front of Matthew Bain.
Yeah, that's
he is still alive. The one that is laying at Aldette's and Bertilda's feet, he is still alive. Okay. Okie dokie. Bertilda, you're up.
Alright, I am inserting myself over here. So that I can,
Yep.
miss.
Twice.
But I'm making a lot of noise when I do it. I want him to look at me instead of.
Well, I think it's fair to assume that, I mean, there's this little tiny thing that's just kind of ducking in and out going, and then there's this clattering ironclad thing just going, crashing into him, waving the sword. It's not like he can ignore you actively. I mean,
Which better not.
it would be painful for him to do so. All right, Cadorel, here we go. 20%. Roll higher. You're still there. You're still there. All right, Matthew Bain, what you got for us?
I mean, my scythe is going to go away because it only lasts for 2 rounds.
Okay.
And I need to get this guy in front of me dead so I don't take so many hits. So I am going to channel which
No,
fails.
no, you're not.
Damn. I am going to use an ingredient, one of my darts, to do a dart, and I'm gonna risk the. I'm gonna use 2 magic so I can get.
Make sure it works. Okay, go for it.
Make sure it works. Yep.
Definitely ups your chance if you use both magic points.
I mean, I have to roll. It's a 5 or higher. So okay, there you go.
Well, let's see here.
The Ulrich's Fury did not activate. By the way.
No doubles, but no Ulrich's Fury. But still, it's 13 points to the body. It is a crit, which means he is auto dead.
Probably could have done that to the other one that's in front of Cat, but okay.
Well, yeah, but I wanted to make sure I didn't have too.
Hey,
many.
you made sure. You made
happening,
sure.
you know?
You took it.
I see what you're saying, though, Spook. I mean, I kind of agree, but I also
Yeah, but you didn't know what you were going to roll either at the time.
Yeah,
that's
it.
true. That's true.
We
If
didn't
you'd
know
have
he'd
rolled
survive
low,
or
he
not.
might have still been alive. All
Yeah, 1 in
dead.
5
You're
chance,
up.
yeah.
3. Me. So the guy in front of me is engaged in. They're both engaged in combat, right?
They are, yes. Yep, he's
can
engaged with
I-
you and Bertilda at this point, and then the other one is engaged with Matthew Bain.
I am going to reload and not aim, but I want to shoot this guy.
Okay, you want to basically kind of like wheel around and...
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
I think that's my best chance because we need to kill them fast, and I don't have a good shot without aim anyway.
Right.
So now that everybody's in combat, I'm not going to do any good. Yeah, no. Not a combatant.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, wouldn't it make it? Yeah. Okay. He is considered in combat, but there's no minuses to hit him.
Who?
The guy that you were shooting at, this guy up here.
Oh.
Was that what you were asking?
No, like I knew that like if I shoot into combat here or here,
Oh, right. I'm with
it
you.
would be
Yeah.
minuses, and
Yes.
even an aim doesn't really mitigate those because I'm not that good of a shot yet.
Right. I gotcha. Yep. So
She's not really
your
fighting
odds
class.
your odds were just as good, really, at hitting these guys, if not better.
It was
So,
better
yeah.
actually, yeah.
So, yep, makes sense because you don't have to worry about accidentally hitting a friend there.
That's right.
Okay.
So
It is them. Let's see. We have. Okay, we are going to make a morale roll.
Oh yes, I love morale rolls.
Because there are 3 of you still up and fighting, and only 2 of them. They are not. They have 2 allies, so so that would be a 53. Okay, let's have a roll. 53 or 67. That's a fail. And that is not. Okay. Realizing the situation he is in, this guy, not being dead yet, which is something that most of his friends can't really say, he is going to flee the combat. He is using the common sense to run.
bye.
So he is not going to do that. He is going to use his movement
That's rude.
to leg it
So what you're telling me is this one over here
as a death wish.
is an idiot.
Realistically, yeah, he had a chance to run and he failed. No, but basically the morale check is exactly that. He's realized his friends are dying. He doesn't have a good enough cause to want to die for. He's out of there. So, that leaves these 2. Okay, he has. He can't see anybody there, so he is going to remaneuver. He's going to move down to this Eve right here. He's not going to drop down, but he's going to get to where he can at least retaliate with a shot if he can. Let's see, there's the... we could hit any one of those 3. Okay. Logically, though, he's going to shoot the closest target, isn't he? Because that's the only thing that makes sense.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
However, fortunately for you, he missed. So, that's fine. This guy here, he is going to come down just a little, get a better angle, and once again, he is going to shoot at Bertilda, because that's who he's been trying to bring down this entire time. He will hit. You may attempt to dodge. Alrighty. Yeah, that fails somewhat. Just a tad.
That shit right on. I was like, brilliant.
All right, his crossbow bolt will strike that right arm for 9, which is still barely a mark.
It's 1.
Yeah.
Good grief.
I know. Yes. Remember how armor is in Warhammer against low-level peons?
I forgot.
She could probably take all of these on in hand-to-hand combat and may have a fair chance.
Why don't I ever roll warrior types, man? I always roll the talkers.
But they're more fun to roleplay. Okay. The last remaining one on the ground, as again, he isn't stupid enough to run, or smart enough to run. He's going to swing Oldet, barely missing.
Oh, he's still trying to hit me?
Yeah. Oh, actually, no. He probably went at Bertilda.
I mean, he missed,
but he missed.
Like,
either way.
Oof.
So, Bertilda, your turn. Headshot.
Ooh.
Ooh.
How do you go from rolling a 100 to rolling a 1?
That's really bad. You know what? No use of anything except for in combat. I'm gonna reroll that.
Okay. Reroll the damage.
I like how we think about these things. Where is my reroll most useful?
At the beginning of every combat, so you can reduce their turn there, like their turn.
Okay, well, it's only slightly better, unfortunately.
Great.
Puts him up to 9 wounds. Okay. And then that one will miss. He's still alive. He's still hanging in there. All right, Cad, here we go. And you're still hanging in there, refusing to bleed out. All right, Matthew Bain, you have no immediate threat.
But this guy did just try to shoot.
Yeah.
So
you can see him. I mean, they're pitched roofs. To start with, they were kind of using the pitch as cover, and they were kind of on the other side of it, shooting down. But now, to get the angles they need, they've kind of run down to the edges and are like leaning out and shooting.
So he's he's leaning out. So yeah, I'm going. I can't channel because it's a full action spell, but I am going to use one of the ingredients, a nail of cold wrought iron, which I purchased the other town.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast Limb Wither.
Ooh.
To basically, if this is successful, I will deaden the leg that he's leaning out on. And it fails! I hate my life! And I rolled a 1.
Such a cool
You got a 1 there. Okay,
I rolled a 1.
You know what that means? Willpower check.
Oh, why? Why? Ulrich, why?
Why?
Okay, I succeed.
Yep, you succeed. You didn't go loopy. Woo. Lucky. Okay, you're getting so close to losing it.
I know.
Dex, you're up.
I'm so excited for that.
I am and I'm not.
Oh, I've gotten them
both.
before. I've gotten them before. It's a lot of fun.
I bet that is.
I am going to just reload and shoot this guy again.
Okay. Yep, Shagget's character will go eccentric.
Oh, yes!
Good shot!
You did what I could not.
Hit the left leg for 7.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, that's total 5. So 2 more. That's 11. Getting down. Alrighty. Their turn. Both of these guys are going to... Well, they're not going to move because they want to reload. So they're going to spend their whole action reloading. This last guy here, once again, no changing the numbers. So he's still going to swing in. He will barely miss. Bertilda, can you take him down? Have you got it in you to take him down?
Yes.
Nope, not with that one. Second attack.
Well, that believes in you.
Nope.
No.
Man, he's a nimble little guy, ducking here, dodging there. Not literally, but you know, it's better than saying you missed.
I'm not focused. I'm worried about Cat.
Cad, here we go again, Catarel. You don't need to roll 20% or less. Let's keep it high.
Let's just keep it up there.
Talk about trying to give people a heart attack. Okay, 21 is not 20 or less. You are still alive. You have not bled out completely. You have like at least a drop of blood left.
The little drop that came out there
1%
was a
of
little
blood.
frowny face.
Ooh. Okay, Matthew Bain.
I'm going to try again to dead end that leg so he can fall to the ground. Because once Bertilda kills the one behind me, she needs someone to kill, right?
Sure.
That's my logic. Please don't roll the
I mean,
ones
that
or
left
doubles.
leg is hurt now, so maybe it'll work better.
Yeah, sure.
Like, I mean, I hit that left leg. That's the one he's leaning on. So
That's totally how this works.
definitely, this is logic. Okay.
Oh, hang on. You shot 1 second. You shot this guy, right?
I've
She
been
shot
shooting this guy.
this
Yeah,
one.
she's shooting
Yeah.
at the one in the far.
Okay, I'm sorry. I applied that last hit to this dude.
Oh, yeah, no, I've been trying to shoot this guy. I'm trying to take him out one at a time.
Sorry, there we
But-
go.
I successfully deadened the leg that he's leaning out on, so...
Okay, you deaden one limb on a leg, a single target within 24. You may choose which limb, which you just did.
I also rolled a 1, by the way.
God damn it, Jack.
Okay.
Time to go crazy!
Of
I knew
course
that
you
you
did.
and your rolling your ones.
Ooh, I go crazy!
God.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep, that's official.
So you've officially accumulated enough insanity
6.
points to lose your
Yep.
mind. Okay.
Oh no.
We'll address that in just a moment. All right.
He
this
falls.
All the
guy's-
time, Jack.
So
This guy's got to make a dexterity skill roll.
Well, it's a dead limb, so, you know, he just loses... There's no dexterity, it just happens.
No, the limb is done. I'm giving him a dice roll to see if he stays on the roof or if he falls off.
No, he falls off, because if I go insane, he falls off. That's how it works, right?
Here's a 33. He probably will fall off.
Oh my fucking god.
He doesn't.
Kidding me?
He's able to drop to the side and kind of like and fall to his back. He's kind of like just hanging on the edge of the roof there, but he has not fallen down to the ground. Sorry,
That's
dude.
lame.
Is this actually happening?
But his
Are
leg
we struggling
is
this hard with all
definitely
these peons?
he can't stand, which means he can't move. So he's going to lay there and try to battle from his position on the back.
Alright, well, I
Okay.
went insane.
Well,
Negative -6 insanity points. Woohoo!
I would go insane too if the guy managed to stay on the roof after that.
Oh,
shit. Let me find that section real quick. Well, this is the first time we've had to do
Me,
this.
you don't have it bookmarked because of Jack.
I really should have done because I knew he was heading that way, right?
So,
I am looking for insanity points. Oh, there it is. IP, right?
Yes.
Okay. Oof, I'm at 5.
So you got your 6 and then you failed, right? Your roll.
How are you at 5?
because the blood.
Every time you
in
take
the-
a crit, you get one.
Oh, I took a crit last game.
Oh no, not you. Like I was talking. How is Satchmo? Because you get it from magic. I know.
He
So
gets
you
his
should have a
from
lot
taking. He gets
I
his from
get the
taking
shit
crits.
kicked out of me a lot.
Yeah, we tanked a lot last campaign.
Like I was like wading through Insano blood, going,
Yeah.
"It's not bad. We can all do this, right?"
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he also had that going for him, which was
So
nice.
like,
And we were down the last final boss, right? The last
yeah.
campaign.
Where is
Yeah.
it? Okay, where's my book?
I'm like looking through. Do I have any of that? I don't think I do.
I think I'm supposed to have one, but I don't.
You should have. You shouldn't necessarily have an insanity, but you definitely should have some insanity points for every time you got crit. And you
I haven't been crit yet.
and we
but I
know
thought-
that you got
I had one crit. One crit happened to me.
And that killed you, right? So you have at
Yeah.
least one.
So I have one. I'll put one in there.
There you go. That's smart.
Want to trade?
I'll be honest. No.
Where are they?
I want to watch you go insane.
Yeah, I gotta find
They're
it
next
first.
to your fate points. It's the IP, insanity points.
How do I need to find out how to change my 0 to 1. So I can make the modifier 0 again, right?
Oh,
Like, isn't that how that
okay.
works?
Where is
You
it?
just do it by intervals of 6. Like when you get to 12, you'll be at 2.
Right.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, so I don't.
Here we go. Okay.
Just the sheet in the background, it has an insanity point thing, but you can't adjust it or change it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay. You'll just have to bear with me a second, guys. Sorry. Gotta find the appropriate section. Where's it? Here. Come on, come on. Where is it? Oh. You know what? We might just have to delay your insanity until after the fight. We'll say it kicks in once the actual fight is over with, because I don't want to spend too long looking at this. And
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
you know, once the calm settles, then you'll realize what's going on. We'll do that.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah.
Aldette,
you're up.
I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna reload and shoot this guy
Okay.
because that's what I do.
Nice.
Good
All
shot.
right.
Okay, body shot. There we go. Possible Ulrich's Fury. Let's make it happen. Let's get that extra damage.
You're shooting at the guy who's dangling off the building, right?
Why is my target number 0? Oh, I probably didn't put it in right. But yes, I did not get it, so.
Okay, that's still done 13 points of damage. We take off 5. That's still 8 plus the 2. It's up to 10. Okay, still alive, but a lot closer to not being.
He's just hanging there like, you didn't get me. You didn't. God.
Alrighty. They are reloading, which leaves this one guy who is valiantly trying to defend his side and swinging at Bertilda. He will hit. Unless you parry. Which you do. So, never mind. Poor guy. He's valiantly he's so depressing. You know, it's like, come on, look, just let me get one in. Let me get one, just one. Come on, let me have one. Alrighty. It is your turn, Bertilda.
okay.
Okay.
1.
For hit for 6. That does a point. And hit again. Okay, come on now. There we go. That's a little more. That is, let's see, so we take 5 off that, leaving him with 6. Can absorb 3. It's a 3 crit. 3 crit to that leg. Leg is turned into a bloody ruin. Blood loss is such that he has 20% chance of dying each round. Test at the start of the turn into each round. Use sudden death rules. Bloody, bloody, blah. Okay. Yeah. He is part of the 20% club. But still in it.
We're gonna have to rename the cult.
Right. Okay. Let me roll to see. Actually, I've gotta give that guy 2 rolls because I forgot the other one that should have rolled the last 2 rounds, including this round. Nope. He just bled to death and died. He bled out. He's done. Alright, okay. Catorel, here we go. Above 20, above 20, above 20.
I was like, if you type that right before you die, do you know how bad I'm gonna feel?
Old Dad's gonna have a complex. For you, Old Dad.
I'm dying, guys. It's bad. Even if I live after this, I'm not gonna be all there.
It's fine. We'll go find
Matthew Bain. You're up. What do you want to do?
Channel.
Fail?
Fail channel. It's a failed channel. It's not a fail of everything in life. Just gonna roll 1. So this just might straight up miss. I'm doing a magic dart. Probably wait for it. I had a lot of fun this game. I'm shooting, obviously, the guy that's dangling. Hit him left leg for 9.
Alrighty. Let's see, the casting test.
Yeah, it succeeded.
Yep. 9 points of damage. So that's
Mr. Dangles.
4. That is a 1 crit. 1 crit to him, finally. Knocked to the ground and dazed. Okay, yeah, he's off the roof now. But, so, that's a fall. And the fall would be, that's the equivalent of 10 plus 2. Now, because he took that crit, if this damage is more than 5, he takes a second crit. He's not on sudden death, but we will see if... Ow!
Hey!
He obviously landed very badly. What did he land on?
Oh, his pancreas.
The arrow that I shot into him.
Okay, he landed on his right shoulder. And that was how much? A 12? 5?
This is like his neck,
it's a
man.
7 crit. A 70. It's still bad.
Yeah, 7 crit.
That still hurts
I've had
a lot.
one of those. He's bleeding out.
Okay, 7 crit to the arm.
Well, he can't fire his bow anymore, or his crossbow.
No, I don't think it's going to matter. So yeah, 74. That's kind of what he had. So
Can the floor get overexposed?
basically, his arm and shoulder is smashed. Anything held in that hand is dropped. Blood loss is such he has 20% chance of dying each round. At the start of each round, blah blah blah.
That's a spare shoulder.
Yeah, that's not good. He can't do anything, and again, welcome to the club.
I wish this other guy was close enough that I could pull him down off this roof. That would be fun.
Aldette.
Oldette is going to spin and try to shoot this other guy.
I'm just gonna take you and throw you up on the
can't
roof.
hit him from there because the way the building would be just too damn tall for you to get an angle. Same reason he could shoot you is the same reason you can't shoot him.
She's gonna back up.
Okay. I mean, if you can get some distance between you and the pitch of the angle of the roof,
That's not
then
where I wanted
maybe.
to be. You there would get it?
Sure, why not?
If you don't want to let me, I'll.
No, I'll
you know,
absolutely
do
let
other
you.
Things.
Maybe if you grew a little.
Look, I am happy being a short little halfling.
It's not easy being small.
Oh, dang it.
Good try, but a miss. Okay, who do we have left?
Just for fun, she's gonna like yell out and be like, "Are you sure you want to still fight?"
Oh, I don't blame you. The one over here. So let's see, 20%er. How does he do? He's still alive. Okay. The one here, 20%er.
He's just so.
Ooh, he's another close to bleeding out, but he is still alive.
He's doing that for a half hour, right, Spook?
But we do now have a change in combat, and this guy is significantly outnumbered, so now he has to make a willpower roll, but he only has a 33 chance.
You could stay and join your friends.
I'm gonna
Nope.
point at him.
He is fully aware that he has a vantage point, and yeah, he is booking it out of there. You see him kind of like turn and disappear nimbly up and over the roof.
See you in the third campaign when you return.
The one other guy that ran, right?
These two guys just come back.
One of those.
We're back. The remnants of the Crimson
He's gonna
Skull.
take the red guy's clothes because one of you's got to be promoted.
Paramedics.
That's too funny.
Okay, so Matthew Bain,
Yee!
you're going insane.
You don't know that.
So, yeah, Bertilda,
Well, I was gonna
you
suggest
have-
something to you,
You have
but
an
this is-
action. So, what do you want to do?
Yeah, tend to Catarel, right?
Well, see, my reaction was going to be to tell you to pick him up.
But he's bleeding out.
Okay, none of us have medical bullshit.
Don't we? Wait,
No.
what do you need? You need. I mean, is there an
You
actual
need
skill called
heal, yeah.
medicine? Heal.
You need heal. None of us have it.
Oh damn, we're idiots.
That means we've got to get him somewhere.
I mean, Odette would probably rush to.
Do none of you
Catarel's
still
side.
have?
I have like healing things that stabilize you when you're dying, right? You don't like heal. No, you don't heal anything with a healing potion, do you?
If he is
Healing
down,
potion can't do anything if you're at below 3 wounds.
I mean, couldn't you
a
logically
healing
like?
poultice. There's a difference between healing poultices and then the healing potion, right? So,
do we have poultices?
I don't know.
Poultices?
I don't have one.
Do we have a band-aid?
I think I have one in my pocket. If anybody wants to fill me up, as I
Odette would
die.
probably grab your bag for sure.
I mean,
Especially if
honestly-
she knew you had it.
I would try to cinch like a tourniquet kind of thing on the bloody leg. I mean, I know
That's
that's
a-
Well,
bad idea.
that's the whole
But you know
point of the
tourniquets-
first aid. That's the whole point of the medical skill, right?
Like, we all have the internet, so we know how that works.
But they didn't.
I mean, you would think though, you would be like, oh, it's bleeding profusely. Let's.
Yeah,
I
but
feel
it
like
doesn't necessarily
I get it.
mean you can
Okay.
do it in an effective way, right?
Yeah, we'll
I
just
feel
kill
like
him harder.
Catarel and Odette became good friends in the last arc.
I mean,
Especially as
if
we
he has
like.
got a healing poultice, I have no problem with you guys.
Yeah.
I just feel
finding
like she
it.
would know that he had it because like we spent a lot of the ride together whenever I got sick of the little kid. And
Yeah, I got the one
I mean we
left.
were friends, so
I'm
she would
dying.
know you had it and she would pull it out for you.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? What do I do with that?
Okay,
I got
hold
a
on.
4 wound heal out of that. That would stabilize me.
So
He
basically,
puts it on top of him.
I'm just there, like, I'm literally holding my little pin collection, and I'm just like trembling there as the blood pours out of my stupid arm. Like,
Which one are you praying to is the question.
I have my most attention on Sigmar. Blessed
Does this mean
Sigmar.
we aren't
That's
going
right.
to the
That's
party?
right.
My hand,
She's
my hand
got
is
her
on
Sigmar pin out as well.
I'm
So
just
we're
like-
bonding here.
We're gonna drag him into the opera. Be like, what up,
The
guys?
boulder badge was supposed to increase my defense by 10%.
okay,
You
so
rock!
healing
I mean, Odette doesn't like any of the human gods, but she would probably say a quick prayer to Sigmar because she's trying to like him because she wants to be a witch hunter.
I mean, I could
When I
probably
say
cut it off and
Sigmar.
help you cauterize it, but that's about it.
So she is going to have this healing poultice and like be saying a simple, not at all effective prayer. She's making an attempt so she can be a witch hunter. That's what she's
And
trying
then
to do.
you got the Ulrichian over here going, just rub some dirt in it, it'll be
Right.
fine.
Sigmar,
if-
help my idiot.
right. So
Spit
if you
on it.
make
Pour
if
one
you,
out for the fallen homie.
if you use it in conjunction with a heal test, you can actually heal 1d10 wounds instead of a single wound, which is what you normally would heal. Characters using a poultice will have to put up with the stinking of cow dung and urine and whatever other nasty
That's fine.
things.
I already smell anyway.
You can get some extra. Just
Olden's not worried.
okay.
She's worried about Cattle. She'll be working like.
So yeah, you have to make. Where is it here?
What if we don't have heal though?
If you don't have heal, you can make a flat intelligence check with a healing poultice. It will heal nothing, but will stabilize.
Who has the highest intelligence?
Who do we think's the smartest person in the group?
Who is the smartest?
Like she's pulling it out and she's like looking. She's not even gonna think to ask you though. Like she's just looking at it like
I would think it would have to be Matthew Bain, right? Intelligence wise.
I mean, he is a learned fellow.
She's got a 39.
Mine's a 37.
She should not be the one to do it.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, yeah, but
you're gonna come take it from me?
Sure. Mental right now.
I mean, my insanity might kick in now.
You don't have to. I'm just saying.
Do you want my insanity to kick in?
If I see Matthew Bain there, and I know he knows more about elves than everyone else, I'm probably saying some slurs right now to deter the others from trying.
He probably understands elven anatomy a bit better.
Okay, it's still not amazing.
We're not fixing your ears, it's your leg. It can't be that different.
All right,
have legs.
So if I fail
We have
the
two
intelligence...
Somatis Terriers. Okay,
wait.
it's weird.
If I fail the intelligence, the poultice goes away? Like we lose it?
Yes.
I have rerolls.
But I don't.
Shit.
I have no rerolls.
You have no faith
Okay,
in yourself.
Yeah.
What is your intelligence?
45.
And what's yours, Aldette?
39.
I think you should do
You've got
it.
you have the better odds because you're going to get
You
two
have rerolls.
shots at 39. He only gets one shot at 45.
Yeah, I have no
Okay.
fortune points.
You only get
yeah.
one shot.
Can he like
Twice.
help me and give me a modifier?
No. Doesn't
I'm
work.
losing my mind.
I mean, look, you don't know if you don't ask, right?
Good point.
Oh
my fuck.
We're rerolling.
Okay. Because you understand he has a 20% chance of dying per round. The chances of you getting him anywhere to get help is
This is why I
none.
didn't want to do it.
Just for chat's sake, this is what I would have rolled. So
You'd have failed.
we made the right choice, guys.
Okay.
Good job,
So
Aldette.
basically, you are stabilized on 0 wounds. You are still considered helpless, but you
She
are
is
not
probably
bleeding
shaking
to
as
death
she's doing this.
anymore.
Okay, now, Matthew Bain,
You
can you pick him
basically
up?
just put cow shit on a bloody stump.
Yeah.
And she's like shaking this whole time.
I hoist Catarel by his bloodied stump.
Fuck.
I just
not
grab his
die.
stump and
It's
start
not-
dragging it.
It's not an actual stump.
You
but
just
let's
hear
see.
Catarel.
There's
It
an
is,
awful lot of
like,
meat visible.
In his dead stupor, he's just gonna be like, I still have
Aldette,
a fortune point.
how fast are you?
I'm gonna lift Catarel up.
It depends.
And what I mean is, like, if we send you out ahead of us.
No, she gets
Okay.
a +1 bonus to movement, but that just makes her as fast as you.
As me?
As like anyone. Like she has a disadvantage because she's so small, and fleet-footed just puts her on par with the party.
Yeah.
It doesn't give me any advantage to
Okay.
All right, so I lift Catarel and say, which way?
This is
Now
a big
wait,
city. I don't remember.
I get a +1 if
To
I'm
the
running away from
opera
combat
house.
or another dire threat. Would this count as a dire
I
threat?
would say, yeah, but you couldn't carry him.
No, but I could
No,
run
but
ahead.
if she can run,
I would say fleeing to save the life of a party member would be considered dire.
Yes.
I would
Yeah, so
allow
my
that.
Then
thought
she
is
will
that she can
flee
try to
ahead.
find help.
I mean, the whole point is your adrenaline is on overload. That's what allows you to do it. I would say that this is a fair assumption of being adrenalized.
Cool. She's taking off for wherever.
Sigmar? That's pretty far, though. She might could find somebody before that.
She is going in the direction of the one she knows, and if she finds one along the way, that's fine.
Okay.
Sweet.
Well, let's
I don't
go.
remember where anything is on the map, so
Yeah, I've slept a lot since then. It's like a month
yeah,
ago.
it's been a while. So she's gonna run towards Sigmar because that's the one she knows, and also the god that she kind of trusts but doesn't actually like yet.
Right?
It's not the gods that are the problem.
It's like he hasn't screwed us over yet.
That and like she wants to be a witch hunter, but like even from the beginning, she was like, I don't really want to get involved with human gods. Like she's not a human. She doesn't care.
Right.
I'm just saying, Sigmar didn't give you all a fortune point back.
No, but the witch hunter saved us like 3 times.
Yeah,
they wore a cool hat.
They wore a cool hat, yeah.
Like, she was enamored with the witch hunters the first time they saved us.
Well, so this right here was the Temple of Sigmar. You guys are all the way over here. That's like a 45-minute hike.
She is going that direction, and if she sees something along the way, she'll stop wherever she can along the way.
So yeah, you'll probably go straight down the main street, across the main bridge. I mean it's main streets all the way.
Yeah,
probably a healer.
We're doing the same thing
in the place we're at.
Okay, all right. So she's gonna book it. She can do it in about 45 minutes. You guys are gonna take about an hour.
She would make sure that like the priests are ready and know.
Okay, alrighty. So that's what you guys are going to do. Now, while we're doing that...
I lose my mind!
Let's have a look at something else.
As I'm carrying Catarel, I'm just slowly going...
Oh, boy. I didn't even think about that.
That's what I want to do.
As he's walking, he's cat around. Matilda!
Right.
Something's not right.
Something is fucked up with this shit-smelling guy.
I mean, he smells like it too right now.
Carrying a shit-smelling friend, both elves, no less. I
love it. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't love
I really
it.
don't.
I don't love it at all.
Let's see. 59. Okie dokie. Let's go and see about your looniness then. Here we go. All right.
Hot toddies don't taste good when they get cold.
Where the hell are these? You know what? I think I'm looking in the wrong place.
Would be a good time for a break.
That's a great thing. Let's do that. Because it actually is 9:30. So, yeah, it is exactly time. So we're going to take a quick break. Let's get back to it. Okay, so... while Aldette is running... she disappeared. There she is. While Aldette is running as fast as she possibly can to get to the Temple of Sigmar, you are all working your way through the streets, carrying the very unwell Cadorel, and we're going to see what the insanity is going to instill. Now, because it's Warhammer, and because anytime something iffy happens, there's always the verge of chaos involved. And because your insanity is sort of, the majority of it magically induced, give me a percentage dice roll, Shagget.
Now, are you going to give me any inkling of whether high is good or low is good, or are you just going to...
It is irrelevant.
It's just what it is.
It's whatever you roll, because it's a table of many things.
28.
Okay. So what can I tell you about this? It really does fit, because I kind of narrowed it down to the ones that are appropriate. So, the forces of chaos are everywhere. We know this, right? Relentlessly attacking the old world from the outside, corrupting from within. Adventurers are in the thick of the fight. In a never-ending and seemingly hopeless battle, there are many who grit their teeth determined to defend their way of life no matter how bleak things get. The eventual outcome may be dire, may seem desperate, but somehow they're willing to stand up and fight against it. And then there are those who simply give up. Now, when a character like you is exposed to these things, it's because constant exposure to violence and horror and glimpses of the outskirts of what your magic is really capable of should you lose control of it, the substance of where it comes from. It gradually weakens and then finally can snap you. At that moment, sanity can kind of leave you forever and leave you with a delusional epiphany. You believe that some powerful entity has shown you the light.
Oh, fuck.
You can pick any god that you feel makes sense.
Oh, hey, okay. That's not necessarily good, but okay.
Who in your past would you feel maybe somebody, maybe a deity or a force trying to show you the light? Who would you like to pick?
Well, look, logically, he has been on an Ulrich kick because he got healed by Ulrich and literally saw the light and had his nose healed of his big formation, right?
Yep.
So, and he's following Bertilda like a puppy because she's a advocate for Ulrich. So it only makes sense that I would choose Ulrich.
Okay. Well, at the moment you realized you should have died, but somehow that blow struck your friend and spared you from that. You realized Ulrich has something special in mind for you.
Sure.
You must be some kind of divine messenger. He has sent you an epiphany. And the epiphany is this. The world is coming to an apocalyptic end. And you know it to be true. Okay? This is...
Okay.
You know it to be true. This is not something you've imagined. You know it. And you know it because Sigmar has told you. He sent you a vision.
Sure.
Now, a lot of people at this, knowing this information, will become desperate and doomed and go into hiding or into a deep cave or disappear. However, there are some who believe that they have been anointed, such as yourself, and must preach to the people that the world is in fact coming to an end.
Yes!
There are ragged and filthy individuals seen in town squares all across the world that are doing this. You believe you are constantly receiving instruction from Ulrich to spread the world of the end times. Nothing else really matters. You know, you'll eat to survive, wash if you're forced. But really, what's the point? Everyone's done anyway. So these are secondary things to you.
Shit.
So, you know,
you're becoming the thing that you hate.
You probably have visions and hear voices in your head sometimes. Things are always urgent. Everything that you tell people is always... Everything is urgent, because although you don't know the exact date, you know it's soon. It's very soon. And, you know, so you have to stress to people this urgency and let them know the world is ending. It's time to repent. And if you've got another god in mind and you want to go repent to that god, that's fine. But Ulrich will hear your prayers. Ulrich will listen to you.
Sure.
And if you beg forgiveness, he might just purify you for the final day, the day of judgment. Now, not only must you repent your sins on a regular basis, every time you do something that you believe sinful, after you've done it, you have to repent. You have to apologize for doing it. You have to tell Ulrich you're sorry. It may also mean that you're going to tell your friends that you're sorry, especially if they were involved. Because only that is the only way that you can be cleansed of your sins.
I am so sorry, Spoon.
So to you, the best acts of penance and purification. And here's the fun part. Words are words. But self-punishment in the form of physical mutilation is the way to go. Because that really lets Ulrich know just how sorry you are. So you're one of those now that likes to flay your own skin from time to time. You know, whips and chains excite you. Ropes and studded straps, all the sort of things that you want. You'd feel at home in a, you would love to be in a Judas Priest concert.
Yeah. Okay. I'm like that albino from that
There
Dan
are
Brown
generals,
movie.
witch hunters, and warrior priests who often will find themselves going down into this road.
I started to make an off-color joke and say so he's
and
Catholic.
they will try to...
No offense
and these
to any
people,
Catholics.
these people will try to trick you into fighting against it. What's the point? You can't fight the inevitable. So, it's not that you have a disdain for warrior priests or witch hunters, but you know that they're basically fighting an uphill battle that they cannot win. They're to be pitied, if anything. Because, quite honestly, they're wasting their fucking time. And again, you know it's true. So, bearing that in mind, maybe convincing these poor souls that their final conflict is at hand and feed them promise of glorious death in truth and despair. You know, they're going to die anyway. So you have no problem using people as cannon fodder anymore. What does it matter? They're all going to die. So the one thing you have no guilt in is utilizing warm bodies, because, to be honest, if you can hasten someone to the end, probably really just doing them a favor. So you're not a masochist that's out to kill people, but you know what? You don't give a shit if people live or die.
Sure.
As you're carrying this wretched body towards Sigmar, you're probably wondering, what's the point right now? As you cross the bridge, glancing in the water, probably be kinder just to throw him overboard. Let him go plop. Fortunately, you haven't quite come to terms with this. So, although you really do consider it, well, maybe we'll get rid of this first. We'll solve this problem first. He can die another day. So again, you don't care about people being put on the front lines. You're quite happy to fill the front lines with flagellants if you wanted to. Let everybody die. Not flatulence, flagellants.
I know. I was thinking both, and I found them both deliciously funny.
So basically, in a nutshell,
I'm a zealot.
You have become
crazy
a
zealot.
You've become a zealot for Ulrich, who wants to basically beg forgiveness for everything you do that is any possible way wrong. But everybody's going to die, so to be honest, the sooner the better for most of these poor saps and souls. You, on the other hand, don't want to die, because it's your job to tell them that they're going to die. So you have a purpose before the very end. But everybody else, waste of time. Okay, so there you go. You can consider your character desperate and doomed. Now, insanities can be cured by very powerful magics and by barber surgeons. There are some people willing to try to operate on the brain.
Yeah, let's lobotomize me.
That is a very real possibility of trying to do that. But anyway, there you go. So, have fun role-playing that.
Yeah.
I am so excited.
I mean, I'm gonna mess up. I'm gonna, forget or do something, but just
as
go
long
with
as
me,
you
guys.
whip yourself.
I'll whip myself later.
Whip yourself for
penance.
I want to see it now. I want to see it now.
I just love that, it's so on brand for this party that's, slowly dividing itself.
Reroll, thanks for the resub, my friend.
Hey, Reroll,
just
thank
in
you.
time to see Matthew Bain go crazy.
I just love it, because, you don't like the witch hunters, and I idolize them.
But now, it's not that he just doesn't like them, he finds them fucking pointless. It's like, look at them struggling against the inevitable that they can't win. What a waste of time.
It's great. I love it.
Don't worry, chat will remind you. They'll keep you in tow. Okay, well, meanwhile, You have made it to the Temple of Sigmar. Once there, what's your what do you want to do? What are you hoping to achieve here today?
Oldette would like some healing.
We don't want Cad to die.
Okay.
Oldette also wants some points.
So, so you get there, run in.
She's covered in blood when she runs in.
Gotcha. Okay. So is that the first thing? She's going to go in there and beg for aid?
She's probably going to tell them about her friend that's on his way.
Okay. Do you have any kind of anything that gives you any social bonuses or anything with Sigmar?
She's got the pin on. She put the pin on when she came into the city that she got from the first one.
Okay, so you at least look like you're a devout follower to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's got the brooch on her.
Okay.
Cloak.
Obviously for a donation made by one of the faithful, they'll be willing to pray to Sigmar for your aid.
Mm-hmm. She would definitely, she wouldn't be talking about herself initially. She's 100% focused on Cattlerail and how he looked when she left. But she is on 3 wounds. So she probably looks like she is also a hot mess of death.
Okay. What sort of kind donation are you willing to offer the Church of Sigmar to receive the blessing?
I'm trying to remember how money works, but she'll put a gold crown in.
Okay.
That's a good number, right? It's reasonable. My brain doesn't really...
It's a lot to a peasant.
Yeah.
Okay.
She'll put a gold crown in, she's not even thinking.
All right, they'll lay hands on you and basically heal you 5 wounds.
Yes.
Whilst saying that your kind donation is well received in the good graces of Sigmar and will be put to good use in helping the meek and the poor around the village. And they hope that your friend, who seems like he is in much worse need, also has bigger and deeper pockets.
Rude. She's gonna put another coin in for her friend.
Okay. You guys eventually will get there as well. And obviously, and we could roleplay all this out, but we're not going to because, you've got other fun things to do.
I'm just dying here. It's no big deal.
Okay. So.
Yeah, she's put another gold coin in so that they will look at.
They've happily taken that gold coin. That doesn't stop them preaching to the rest of you that while they're here, spending their time and utilizing their energies to heal those that got themselves into fights and stuff like that, they're not able to go out onto the streets and help the poor. So a kind donation to their coffers would mean that while they're not out doing it today, they could be more effective doing it tomorrow. Anyone want to chip anything in?
I'm happy, man.
I just look at them and say, what's the point? You all...
Right, oh. Here's your friend, and Sigmar, and with the healing light of Sigmar, we can heal your friend and bring him back to good health.
Can?
He dies.
I'm sorry, can?
We can, yes.
Not you will? He's going to die.
Oh, no, we will make sure that he will not die.
Okay.
We will make sure he will not die. Fetch a stretcher. We will give him food and shelter, and we will nurse him back to health. And they kind of get a washcloth and start to dab his fevered brow.
I'm just gonna put a penny.
You're going to see catatonically. I'm going to have my little.
Okay, you hand him a penny, and he gets a second penny, and puts both the pennies on Cattlerail's eyes.
That looks good. Like what you did there.
More would be proud. I trust and hope that he is going to pull through. He seems strong.
Dad's gonna pull out 2 more gold coins and put them on his hand, and like just be like, "Are you going to do something or not?"
Oh, of course, yes. We're just going to clean him up before we do the prayers. Thank you very much. They kind of wipe his... They start from patting his brow to kind of wiping some of the blood off and stuff like that. And then, once again, lay hands and actually heal him 8 wounds.
She's
In Sigmar's
irritated
name.
but trying to not be. She already doesn't like human religions, and she's trying so hard to follow this one.
So can we go?
For 1 gold crown, we can heal him. For 2 gold crowns, his leg can be pointing the same direction as it was before.
She gave him
Turn
3.
and look at Matthew Bain.
She gave him 3.
He got
4 total.
Hurry.
Well, we got a lot of people to talk to, about Ulrich. Let's go. Let's do it. I mean,
Ulrich will
I'm just gonna nudge old Dad.
Catarel does have a leg. He was, let's just say, 1 dice roll away from losing it completely. And 1 dice roll away from losing a fate point, yes.
Yeah, it was bad.
They barely managed to... They managed to stabilize him, but he's on 0, and they've got things for him to do, so they're having to buy his way back into the realms of health.
And I'm not worth 5 gold pieces. I'm gonna nudge old Dad. Like, dying, basically, but, like, I'm fine, but, like, I'm playing it up at this point, I guess, probably, because, not every day an elf dies. Probably once every, like, 300 to, like, 10,000 years.
Look, you are healthier than me right now.
Yeah, I know. I'm just gonna be like, don't bring the others. Go to the play. Find him and tell him about what happened. And don't let Matthew Bain out of
And you're all,
sight.
So by now, I mean, most of you are dirty, filthy, stinky, sweaty.
I mean, yeah, we could...
I have
we
like
could,
2 changes of clothes, so I'm not worried.
Yeah, do
You're
what you
all right.
can. Get us an audience with him later. Tonight's not fully going to work out.
No. Tonight's perfect. We got Bertilda. She could lead the pack, looking all like bedazzled and all
Covered
Rickian.
in blood.
And I could go follow suit. Covered in piss and shit. But that's who fucking cares? And then we can go and talk about Ulrich to the left, and I could talk to the right, and we could go to the play, and we could. Dude, I could get on stage. Let's get on stage and talk about what's gonna happen.
I don't think you
wrong
should
with
be
you?
on stage.
We could definitely go on stage. We look the part.
No.
We're amazing. I'm amazing.
Me?
I'm gonna go on stage. We could tell people about.
Look,
things.
I would like to remind you what happened the last time you took lead in leading conversations with the people we were interrogating.
We're not gonna interrogate. No. They're not worth interrogation.
Yes,
They're just worth knowing that we're all gonna die, and
Yes.
I'm sorry,
yes,
what?
I would just like to point out that you should not be the one to tell them this, okay?
Hold up.
But I don't have my pig notes in here.
Die.
Well, I mean, we are all gonna die. I mean, you're human. You're gonna die really soon. I mean, even with all that armor, you're gonna get old and crusty. No one's gonna see it.
Yes.
Then you're gonna be dead, and then Odette's gonna probably die after, and then Catarel, well, he'll die before me because look at his leg. What happened to him today?
Where's this coming from?
Quite chipper tonight.
No, I'm not chipper. I'm just let's move. Let's go. These Sigmarians suck.
I mean, it's not that... It's about 30 minutes to get to your hotel.
Can we knock him out, please?
I mean, in theory, if you
for that
was
at
to
this
go...
That's
if you was to
3-0.
rush, clean up, and come back, you could
Someone
make
arrest
the
this
second
man.
half of the... you could make the second half of the super exciting show of the
I don't
Chilean
think
dude.
that's a priority at this moment.
brush
We need to
yourself off.
regroup.
Get ourselves an audience with the man. We aren't gonna make it to the show. It might be more entertaining for him to find out that there was someone actually fighting chaos this very night. Go do that. And don't let Matthew Payne leave, dear Lioness. I'm passing out now.
You're fine. Get the hell up.
I'm
What-
fine later. I'm
I'm fine
tired.
later.
Have you ever had blood drawn?
Yes,
by, like,
we
I
are.
don't know,
Yes.
a sword? It's like this big sometimes, and it knocks you out. You have a crazy dream. You feel all warm.
What's that?
Yes.
What is happening? I feel like we missed something.
I
Near
don't
miss-
tend to question the elves.
Near
they-
missed death.
They are an unusual duo. Yes, I don't think we should question too closely what's going on with
I'm
them.
thinking that Matthew Bain got hit too hard back there. We might need to pay them some money to look at him too.
I am fine. I mean,
I think he would prefer to go to a different church. And they might be more willing to look at him. He did just insult everyone here.
well, yes
This is
and
just
and
no-
no.
I am
I
just
don't know.
saying that you have no tact when it comes to dealing with people, and you should probably go to a
because-
different church.
Because who cares about other people?
You need to
got-
go to a different church
No.
to be looked after.
We don't need that. They just need to know that they need to pray to whoever the hell they want to pray to.
You can read, can't you?
Yes.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah, he
All
can.
right.
I can totally read. Yes.
He's
I
one
would
of the
hope so.
few-
I'm a
One of
wizard.
the few that can.
No, she was just going to give me some pamphlets to, hand out.
He would know what they said, yes.
Yeah, dang it.
I love that.
work on you.
I love that somewhere in the past I said punch it in the.
Something. I like most of these quotes because now they're so old that we don't know what the reference was. We don't know the context in what they was said. And that's why they're so funny.
One day I'm going to have a quote.
Look.
I just don't know when that day will be.
We should look. I'll carry Catarrel again if you really want. I mean,
He should probably stay here.
but he got healed by the thingy.
Yes,
fine.
Look at him. He is.
Why are you so
Look at the
gung ho
wounds,
all of a
all
sudden?
but gone. He is fine.
Because we're burning time.
A little bit of
Don't
rest,
have
he'll be fine.
time, Bertilda. We just need to go.
Yeah,
We
just-
have
I
one of
need
us
a little
almost
rest.
died.
That
And he
happens
needs
every
a
all
little-
the time.
We have plenty of time.
He's not
He
wrong
needs a
there.
little unrest.
I'm an adventurer, they said. It'll be fun, they said.
Look, don't worry. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry I'm like this, but I'm like this, so we got...
But you're newly like this, and that's what's concerning me.
No, that's fine, too. I mean,
Okay, look.
it's...
I'm gonna be here for a bit.
No,
Okay.
you're fine. You can leave.
No,
Look, he is.
I'm not.
You have been
Go
blessed and
go
healed
figure out
by the
the
power
socials
and
Okay.
and
grace
stuff.
of Sigma.
Maybe we should
You
take Cad
two-
back to the hotel so he can rest. And we need to take this crazy
okay.
asshole over to
I
the
have-
Oricians.
I have an idea. We are looking for... I need my notes because I don't recall what happened
Lord Frederick.
over a month ago.
Lord Frederick,
Yes, Lord Frederick.
to
Frederick?
tell him
Frederick?
about Ulrich
Yeah.
and the times
Right,
that are
and
ending.
he is difficult to find apart from tonight. Is that correct?
He will definitely be in a place.
So why don't we
You know where he is
entice
tonight.
him? Why don't we entice him to meet us?
Again later, yes. So tell him about anything.
We don't
in
have
our
to tell him
past.
anything. All we have to do is write him a letter saying we were trying to meet him and we were waylaid by chaos agents and we were unable
That
to
would-
make the meeting.
I can't write, but this
That would
sounds like
do
an
it.
amazing
That would
plan,
do it.
Odette.
Yes,
I
do
love this
that.
plan.
Hey,
I'm happy to
hey.
be a part of it.
Can you draw us all looking beaten up and bloodied and shit, and then be like, Ulrich saved us from these guys?
Stick figures.
You know,
To do with
you know, I
One's just a lot
actually
shorter
do
than
have.
the
She is going to
just take a
first of all
Polaroid.
write this letter.
Okay. So
She's
you
gonna
wish
write a
to.
letter
Okay.
explaining that we were trying to meet him. We are we were wanting to make his acquaintance, but we were waylaid by agents of chaos, and we were unable to make our appointment at the theater to meet him.
Okay.
But we would like to extend an offer to have him meet us. And do we know of a cool place that we can tell him?
Well, there were multiple places that they said that he hung out at, and
yes, but where do we hang out?
The inn.
We can hang out wherever he needs us to hang out.
Yes, but where can he okay, we're gonna tell him to send we'll have him send notice to us where he would like to visit to the burning table.
Yes, okay, I could.
So have
write that
him
down.
we will have him send us a letter if he would like to meet with us at the burning table.
How are they gonna know who to give the letter to?
I'll say my name.
Ooh, no! You can tell him to give it to the guy outside the burning tent with the cool helm on, because I'll be out there doing stuff.
I'm gonna put my name down.
You're not going anywhere without.
I am putting my name down.
I'm not gonna cause any trouble.
And I'm going to say to have the person only deliver it to me.
Oh.
No one else is allowed to get this letter.
Especially elves with silly helms.
Sigmar is cooler than Ulrich because Sigmar's like 2 C's bent around to make an S, and that's 2 Catarels, but Ulrich's just 1 lame C.
Did they give Catarel alcohol? What is that?
I am tired, and I'm a little cranky.
So
You won't shut up.
Now, while she's doing this, she's gonna take a second piece of paper and like doodle little pictures of us, like he wanted me to. But it's the special paper. This is the one that was dipped in the fountain of blood.
Ooh.
And she's gonna give it to Matt's name just to have. He can just have it. It's a present now. Fountain of blood with us drawn on it. Piece of paper. Congratulations. And then she's sending the letter off by itself without that picture.
Okay, so who's taking the letter? How are you getting the letter to this guy?
Can I go outside and see if I can find like an errand kid?
Like a courier?
Clean up and go if I need to.
I mean, like the church probably has someone that I can give a coin to.
But I don't know if I want to leave.
I mean, if you're willing...
You have tickets, you know? Like, you can go there and drop it off.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if you want to entrust somebody to, I mean, basically, if you want to say, hey, take this to Siegmund's theater and have it delivered to Lord Frederick.
I mean,
you can do that.
Do we know who Lord Frederick is? Like, do we know what he looks like?
No, you have not met him. All you know about Lord Frederick from your Dieter Klemfer, who kind of told you that he was just a, he was. Very well-connected noble from a very established house, and that he's very enthused by the fact that chaos is a big thing, and he goes as far as to like put donations together to help people that fight against chaos. So he kind of fights chaos by funding those that fight chaos. That's his way of doing shit.
There's a like part of me that wants to disguise myself as this like courier kid, but I am a little too worried about the elves, even though I pretend like I'm not.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just gonna try to find somebody who would take the letter for me.
I could clean up and go if you.
No, she's old. Dad's too worried about the elves, even though she pretends like they're gonna be fine. She's actually really concerned about them.
This is the trouble with elves; they're so highly strung.
So she doesn't want to leave them with you or with any. Like she doesn't want to leave them. Like she thinks we should all stay together at this point. So she's trying to find somebody to take the letter. That's the point of the letter.
Okay. What are you willing to pay somebody to take it?
It depends on where I find them.
I mean, it's up to you. Do you want to find a random person on the street and hope that they don't make off with your coin? Or do you want to pay somebody here at the church who might not be as cheap, but probably will do it?
Just find like an actual courier?
I was about to say, could I ask the church if there's like a courier?
I mean, there is courier service, and I'm sure that if you contact them tomorrow, you can, but bearing in mind, it's kind of late now.
Okay, yeah, I'll pay somebody at the church.
Okay. What are you coughing up? This is becoming a very expensive endeavor for you, isn't it?
Yeah, because the other two won't pay anything.
I never said I wouldn't pay. I mean, I just don't.
Don't see the point.
I don't imagine.
What is the point of your money? You could just give it to me to help us meet this person.
Hey, good point. How much do you want? I don't care about money. What is the point of money? So how much do you need? Whatever.
If I give a gold coin, do you think they'll take it? I'm just gonna try. I'm gonna give a gold coin.
Oh yeah.
From Matthew Bain to take this letter to the theater and make sure it gets to the
I'm literally gonna take a gold coin out of my pouch and just throw it at the guy. Like, I'm not handing it over nicely. I'm just
and when he sees it, he'll bend over and eagerly pick it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, hey, a couple of hours of work for a gold.
It's pretty good.
Yep.
Okay.
Hey, the church is willing to the church is willing to raise money to help the poor any way it can.
That's right.
So,
and a gold coin is gonna do a lot of good.
They'll happily send a lower level page to go take it.
That's all I need.
Okay. And then you guys.
And then we will take Cattle Rail back to our room that we have rented.
Okay. Across the river they shall go.
I know you're not supposed to while nursing yourself back to health, but if I could just get like a bottle of something.
I don't know if you happen to have a gold or something.
Something that can knock them both out, because
I'm just gonna reach into my pack and take out a bottle of White Wolf because I have 11 of them.
Oh my god!
Hand it over right here.
Okay, yeah, he'll some of that delicious White Wolf ale from that obscure brewery, the haunted brewery. There you go. Okay, that'll keep him happy. Alrighty, so you guys, other than that, you want to rest up, right?
Yeah.
Everybody wants to rest up and
clean up.
Those that care to. Not a problem. Okay. Well, you will indeed, probably fairly early the following day, someone will come in on your door.
Aldette will go open it.
Okay, one of the serving maids kind of curtsies when you do, and she says, "Have a letter for you, ma'am," which hands it to you.
Oh, thank you. Yes, she will take the letter, shut the door first, and then open it to read it.
Okay.
New phone, who dis?
This is really big.
Catch me outside. How about that? Okay. So in beautiful penmanship, there is a very nicely written letter, which it is signed by the hand of Lord Frederick, and he is most intrigued, to say the least, and therefore, with address included, has invited you to come and tend on him this afternoon, shortly after sundown, for a meal and a chat. And he's
Bitchin'.
he basically says that he is most interested to see what it was, or to hear what it was that you wanted to talk to him about, but even more interested to hear of the tales that occurred on yestereve.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Okay. Do we heal at all from the night?
Everyone will naturally heal 1 point.
Yes. Okay.
That's all I needed.
That is not all I needed.
As long as you were
I'll
not
take it.
less than 3. As long as you have more than 3.
Mm-hmm.
As long as,
Okay.
if you have more than 3, you heal a point. If you did not, you only heal 1 a week.
Well, that would obviously read the letter to everybody,
Okay.
especially those who can't read it. But I'm not sure she trusts Matthew Bain to hold the letter.
Have this
so she
letter.
can.
I shall read it to you.
Yes. So, yeah. Let you guys know.
Okay, well,
So, who wants to go see the Ulrichians?
so for another for yet another evening, you have a plan
Yes.
of what you want to do.
Yes.
Yeah, we
we'll
had a
see
plan
if this
yesterday
plan
too, though.
actually happens.
I would like
you have a
to-
habit of making plans and then things don't tend to work out.
Yeah. I would like to put forth that we should probably go shopping in the morning. Because there are certain persons who might not be dressed appropriately to meet with Lord Frederick.
Oh, you mean the one that's like, all bloody, and then the one that's still covered in shit? What is wrong with you?
That's how you know he isn't. That's how you know he isn't a king.
What's the problem?
He's covered in shit.
Look,
I'm sorry?
if you want Lord Frederick to listen to us and perhaps help us further our mission, we need him to think well of us, and I believe a change of clothes would be appropriate for that.
I concur.
Counter offer. I am the genuine article, the real deal, authentic head to toe. So
Authentic
we don't need
what?
to worry about that of a chaos fighter. So we did.
Okay, yes, but we have to
You
find
meant
the
the-
artifact.
You met
We
the
have
witch
to-
hunters as well as I did, and they weren't covered in shit.
We have to find the
It's not shit,
artifact.
it's piss, guys. It's piss. It's not shit. a few pellets hit me, but it bounced off. It didn't stick to. It was mostly piss, okay? And
Okay,
piss,
well, if that's
it's
just
an ammonia.
piss that smells
Matthew
like
Bain.
that, then you've
Matthew
got
Bain.
more problems than I even imagined.
Yes.
We need to find the artifact, and unless you have some way of finding the artifact without the help of Lord Frederick, we need his assistance.
What I was gonna do was take this nice drawing you gave me on this really cool paper
Yes.
and tape it over the mouth of the helm, which is a chaos fighting helm, right?
Yeah.
And then it'll be like it's like start off the look.
I would like you to understand how speaking to people works.
Matthew
Listen
Bain.
to the old Rookins is looking pretty good by the
Matthew
second.
Bain. Matthew Bain. If you wouldn't mind, Matthew Bain, please take a bath, or I will use your shoddy frame to dredge the river.
No, but I can't die. So that's that.
Okay,
that doesn't work.
but it'll
You can't
still be
die.
down there, and you won't be able to talk to anybody. So
I beg to differ. You did almost die, don't you remember?
I did. And I'm sorry to Ulrich that happened. It shan't happen again. Don't worry.
It absolutely can happen again.
Well,
It can
yeah,
happen by a chaos demon bursting out of your body if we don't do what we need to do.
It's not gonna happen. I mean, I
Says the guy who had
That might happen.
a big
I'll get some chains and say some prayers. You'll teach me some prayers, and then
what are the chains for?
penance.
Penance?
Is it like part of like a spell? Do you need it for?
Oh,
your-
sure,
your
yeah,
spell?
whatever. It's a spell. It's totally a penance spell. It's a Lord Death penance spell.
Old Dad, what does penance mean?
I was hoping that you would have that answer because you are the one who follows religion.
Isn't that one play
closely?
with the pirates? Pirates of Penance or something?
Pirates of pennies?
Pirates of Pennies. I think. Yeah.
You need pennies?
You really gonna kill me if I don't clean myself, Ketera?
Yes, or I will just bathe you forcefully. Either way is fine with me.
No.
I can't handle this.
No,
smell much
I'll
longer.
do it. You can't
I
kill
kinda
me.
wanna
I'm
see you bathe
sorry.
me forcefully, to be honest.
Okay, I will maim you to the point of unspeakability.
No,
You
no,
will
no,
not be
no,
able
no.
to
Okay,
talk
I'm
to
sorry.
anyone.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. It's urgent that I do this because
If you
don't,
want people to listen
yes.
to you, you have to look the part.
So I'm gonna go and
Stupid idiot.
Who
What
knew that half
happens
of our
to
adventure
him?
would be getting him to
I
take a
don't
bath?
know.
I hit the ground, I screamed a little. He's an idiot. What happened?
we need to get him looked at. I'm telling you, something happened.
I mean, you could hit him on the head real hard. That
It-
might right it.
Right, that might make it worse. He could get more annoying, right? That's a thing that can happen.
Well, apparently he can't die, so we can keep trying.
That can make it worse, though. If he gets to a point where he's so annoying, but he can't die. Do
But
you know
then
how
just keep
awful
hitting him
that
on the
sounds?
head. I need my friend back.
Yes.
Okay, in all seriousness, I think we do need to get him looked at. Something happened.
Yes. I do think Ulrich would probably be the better choice for this one.
What if it is something to do with chaos? I mean, he got affected by the chaos back in. Man, we didn't deal with it like he did.
It's true, he did. And we are in the city where this artifact is supposed to be. So no one really knows how it manifests, so this could perhaps be he is closer to the artifact than we were.
I didn't think about that.
And so maybe
What if we fill our willpower and save Soldette? Will that happen to us too?
Perhaps he is just the first one to be affected by its, I don't know, whatever it does to us. No one was extremely clear on what that would be.
Don't like that.
He sounds like Malekith right now, and I'm not comfortable with it.
That went over my head.
Oh, sorry. Elf Culture 101. There's 2 elves. There's the elves, and then there's the not-so-elf elves. They think they're better than the regular elves. We've been at war ever since the beginning of Before You Were Born.
I'm sorry, which one are
as a
you?
race. We're the elf elves. Just as annoying, but we don't get
But you
off
still
on
think
it
you're
as
better?
Are you
I don't
sure
think I'm
that's the
going to
kind
understand
you are?
this conversation.
I don't think I'm better than other elves. I think I live about as long.
Says the person who introduced himself as the
But
better elf.
you
And
feel like
between the
you are.
two, I mean, evidently,
But
I
by
hit the ground and died, and
virtue
he's
of
the one who's weird.
by virtue of being not the better elves, you think of yourselves as the better elves.
No, it's so that. Okay, so basically, Kalidor was next in line for the throne. Malekith was an advisor. He decided he's not an advisor. In fact, he's some sort of god, and then he wages war against us. And there's this endless thing. Somebody rode a dragon, and I forget the details. There's explosions. There's a lost sword on an island somewhere. Look, I was raised near Ertingerd or whatever. I don't know the details. I know the generals. And frankly, when an elf gets too full of themselves,
So are you better
it
than
tends
them
to
or
be a
not?
problem. Well, in this case, I suppose so. Look at it. He wouldn't bathe.
Well, so throughout all this, I have been bathing, right? And in a separate room, I imagine.
Right out, I'm about to say, right out in the middle of the room.
Like, would I be in the same room as this shit's going on? I assume
was
I'd be
like,
outside.
fine.
Just
that you
stretched
went
down butt
to
naked. We're just like,
Well, I was gonna say, if I was in another room, I would
Well,
be walking in. Oh, just tell me.
we're trying to have a conversation.
No, because if you guys remember, and I forgot, I actually did do a map for this one, so let me put you in it.
We're in one
we
big
had
fucking
it?
room.
If you recall, yeah, you had one big room with
Yes.
With
With,
no
with
bath,
us
yeah.
in the bathing.
So
Do you
you
remember
had
how
to
long
go-
it took us to get Kia to take another bath?
yeah, but in fairness to Kia, she stepped in
She
a
did
bath
almost
and it was
die
actually
because of the
full of
bath.
acid. So
Let's just hope that doesn't happen to Matthew Bain. We'll never ever get him to take another bath again.
So I would have gone to get a bath.
I mean,
Somewhere.
you have like a wash basin and bucket. You just don't have an actual bath in here.
So
you
there's a
could
bath
clean
in
up.
the place, and isn't there like a bath?
It does have a
bath
bathroom. It does have a
room,
room
yeah.
with baths.
I
if you
would have
wanted to pay
gone
to get
there.
that. Okay.
And get behind those big old ass ears. Or don't make me come in there.
I would also bathe my clothes. I mean, wash my clothes
Bathe
too.
my clothes.
Yeah, and the helm. You know, all the stuff. I mean,
So yeah, you're having a proper
We just walk
cleanup.
in and you're just taking a bath like
my helm. My helm on my head.
that's like all he's wearing.
Just like this in the bath with the helm on with the spikes.
He's pulling a girl.
This is, I'm just imagining
Just looking at
this
people like,
scrawny,
what?
this scrawny little elf man, his little tiny ears poking out of the sides of the helmet, just like, oh yeah, I'm huge.
We're all gonna die.
Loving it.
You're gonna die. I'm gonna be fine. You're gonna die.
Boy.
Oh yeah.
I guess what I'm trying to get at is he's become a liability. I don't like it.
Which is why we should have him looked at.
Which is
I concur.
I agree.
I think
we
that is
can't,
the best move.
as excited as he is to speak to Sir Frederick as it is, I don't think he should.
Yeah, he's unusually excited.
He won't be able to carry the conversation.
I'm just
And,
afraid that he's gonna end up telling somebody that we like really need their help. that
Maybe
they
we
suck. Just like he did.
Maybe we can play to his ego in some way and get him distracted doing some sort of important Ulrichian duty. Far, far away from wherever we're having the conversation. He might need oversight.
Do we really want him that far away?
Well, that's the thing is, he might need oversight. He'll need a babysitter.
Yeah, there's some merit to actually keeping him with you.
Yes.
I mean, he is a wizard. You could, be helpful.
And imagine what he could do
between the toes.
Imagine what he might get up to if he's left to his own devices.
That's what Oldet's worried about. Because she recalls what happened the last time she left him alone.
He snorted
oversight. No. I was actually thinking of the time that you two interrogated someone.
Oh, yeah, that was fun. That was a good
snake
time.
penis.
She is recalling that she never wants to remember that, and she doesn't want to relive it.
I'm so sorry.
She does not want to relive this, and so she doesn't really want. That's why she didn't really
Acid
go
snake penis.
by herself.
Don't forget all the action.
Hashtag snake penis. You gotta pronounce the hashtag.
That's right. And Jane's and to this day, Jane's still trying to figure out if it has a stinger.
We
do
did not
acid
find
snake
out.
penises have stingers?
So after a decent amount of time, I am going to return wearing my helm. It's clean, and I'm clean underneath. No shirts and a towel around my waist. And one of my darts is in my chest with the drawing pinned to it.
Stuck it.
And I'm just gonna, I
That's
stuck
not
it to
unheard-
myself.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna be like, I'm ready, guys. We're good to go.
So, the Ulrichians?
Yes, and then perhaps some clothes.
Maybe we should switch those two things around.
Close and then.
But I'm clean. I'm clean.
Yes, you are.
We are so proud of you.
Do you like the drawing you drew? It was a really good drawing.
Yes,
And the blood really accentuates the coolness of it.
I thought you would like that part.
Is that
Mine
to
and
your chest?
Yeah, stuck it.
Yeah.
Got magical darts, Let's go. It barely hurts, really. I mean,
Yeah.
really barely hurts because I'm hurt all over. That's great too. We're good. We can go. Why are you looking at me that way?
I think I'm going to use this as an opportunity to focus on myself.
Bit of personal reflection.
Some self-care.
I do think perhaps this would be the time to speak to Ulrich first so that he can bless our conversation.
Yes.
We already spoke with Sigmar
Whatever.
last night.
But Ulrich.
But Ulrich could be today. That would be a great time to
Yes.
So-
He could
Prepare
tell us
for-
more about what Matthew Bain's been talking about.
So Bertilda, do you like go to a corner to do it? Or
I think we should go to the church. I feel like we might be closer there.
Yeah, they could tell us if there's like a place, that's closer to Ulrich where he can hear us
The
better.
priests would know best, wouldn't they?
Oh, they would build a temple in a
Absolutely.
place where he could hear, wouldn't they?
Right.
we could definitely do that, and then we could get Ulrich to make some posters or signs or something that we could carry around town.
Ulrich
We're gonna get
himself
Ulrich
will make you
himself
post
to make us finger paint. Holy finger painting.
Sure. I
Dear
mean,
Ulrich, please bless me with some posters
of and some
Right.
self-portraits.
so that
Send
I
me your
Yes.
nudes. Send me your
Send
nudes,
nudes.
Ulrich.
Hey, I
And I
bet
may
Ulrich
bask
is-
in
I
them.
bet he's built. I'm just saying. Okay, we can do that. We should go talk to them.
Yes, let's go talk to them.
Matthew Bain, they might could maybe they can give you something fancy since you can't die and you're supposed to.
Oh, you didn't get the pen that Cadorel got, so maybe you could ask for one of the pens.
The pins. Yes.
Yes,
I could put it next to your drawing.
that's right, you
I'm
could.
gonna point to my right above my
Yes,
left
but
nipple.
you could probably stick it to
really
your
thought
clothes
that-
instead of your skin.
Yes.
That's a thought. We'll think about it, right?
We are going to look for clothes today. We need some new outfits, so yes.
We can't take him out in the tower. We'll get arrested.
That's okay. Take the towel
Is
off.
that a human thing?
It's okay. I'll take the towel off. It's fine.
Oh.
No, people were so offended by towels.
Do towels exist in Warhammer? I don't
Do
They do
towels
now,
exist?
apparently.
It's probably some kind of linen. I don't know.
You'd probably have a rag of a sort. Probably not to that scale.
Look, it's for Ulrich. What do you want me to do?
A cloth.
I want you to make yourself more decent for public.
Why?
Same reason as the bath. We will harm you if you don't.
Because you will not be able to spread the good word of Ulrich if you're in prison.
Well, a good world of I mean, yes, sure, but also that they're all going to die, right? So is that good word? I mean, who really cares in the end, right?
What is with this
Depends on
doom
if you think
and
death is good or not.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. I mean, so long as they go and pray and,
Okay, look.
talk to
We
their
have a
right?
mission,
Sure.
right?
Yes.
That Ulrich wants us to do, and it's to go get this knife and take it somewhere where they can destroy it. And we've got to do that.
I'm well aware of why we came to Altdorf. Fine, whatever.
Okay, so we're gonna put on some clothes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna remove my towel and start changing right in front of you. Like I don't know.
Just go. Okay,
instruction.
we're gonna get dressed,
It's true what they say about elves.
and we're gonna go see.
Elf
We're
submissionism.
gonna go to the Church of Ulrich, and we're gonna talk to them, and then we're gonna go get some new clothes.
Yeah, Matilda, you can stop talking again. And I'm changing. Like I'm not listening to you.
You seem a little fragile to me right now.
I'm not fragile. It's fine. Whatever.
The water wasn't that hot, okay? It was kind of cold. Okay, so that's the order you want to do it. You want to go to the church of Ulrich, and then go find. Then after that, go shopping for some better clothing.
Yes, I think the faster we get him somewhere, the better.
Okay, alrighty. Well, it is not not hard to find the Church of Ulrich. About the same distance from you as the Church of Sigmar. It's on the other end of this street here. However, the comparison is, you think back to Middenheim, and the Church of Ulrich was as big, if not bigger, than the Church of Sigmar.
Well,
Here,
but that's...
it is completely the opposite. Their church is much smaller, and
figured as
nowhere
much.
near as grand as the huge, high-towered temple to Sigmar.
I'm fine with that.
So, but
Preferred.
nonetheless, it is still very much more militaristic, and you can still see Teutonic knights and stuff roaming around outside in the courtyards, wearing all the different livery, and
More comfortable here. Okay.
But that's a great place for us to wrap things up tonight. We'll get into the what, whens, and why fors of Aurikian culture next week. So there we go. See you guys later. Bye!
Bye.
Bye.